The Atlanta Hawks just missed the playoffs after going 36-46, finishing as the 10th seed in the Eastern Conference and losing in the play-in game. Luckily, the Atlanta Hawks got the first pick in the draft when they were projected to have the number 10 pick. In this video, we will be talking about how the Atlanta Hawks can get better and how they can become a playoff team once again. Now, before we get started, I just want to say Trae Young is the building block for this team. This is a guy that gives you 25 and 10 consistently every single season. My only concern would be his efficiency, as he shot 43% from the field and 37% from 3 on 9 attempts. Now, in hindsight, you would think that is pretty good efficiency since he's taking all those shots, but if he's making all this money, I don't know if that's something that we would rave at. Now, what sways me for the Atlanta Hawks is he averaged 29 points, 10 assists, 41% from the field, and 31% from 3 in the 2021 NBA playoffs, also having 8 30-plus point games, and in his Eastern Conference Finals debut, he had 48, 11, and 7 against the overstacked Bucks team. Even if we look at 2023, he averaged 29 points, 10 assists on 40 and 28% from the 3. He also hit a very big game winner against the Celtics in Game 5 and pushed that Celtics team to 6 games. But as you can see from the numbers, this could be very underwhelming if we look at the efficiency. As we all know, the Atlanta Hawks secured the number 1 pick in the NBA draft, and I think they would be foolish not to select Alex Sarr. If we look at the Atlanta Hawks defensive stats this season, they were 27th in defensive rating, 28th in opponents' points per game, 22nd in defensive rebounding, and 26th in blocks. I think Alex Sarr brings that defensive potential where he could be a defensive player of the year type of candidate, and I think what he has shown on offense shows a lot of upside, and I think Trae Young can get the best potential out of him. I think he could be an excellent screen and roll guy. I think he's an amazing lob threat, and I think he can hold his own on defense from the very second he walks into the league. As for trades, I would say that this pick is untouchable. The Atlanta Hawks are in no state to try and compete for a championship next year, and trading this number 1 pick would be very foolish. As for trades this season, I've heard a lot of rumors about DeJounte Murray being traded to the New Orleans Pelicans for Brandon Ingram. In my opinion, I don't think Brandon Ingram is the proper player to put next to Trae Young. I think Jalen Johnson has deserved a chance to show if he can be a number 2 on a winning team or not. We look at the jump in points per game he had this season. I think he has earned the right to at least show if he could be a number 2 or not, and just trade Brandon Ingram for some more pieces around Trae Young and Jalen Johnson. Your core 3 this season should be Trae Young, Jalen Johnson, and Alex Sarr, just to see how good the front court can really get. So instead of trading him from Brandon Ingram, maybe you go get Keldon Johnson and your 2025 pick back, just in case this season ends up being another bad one. And I think Jalen Johnson has the potential to create a lot of attention for defenses, therefore allowing Trae Young to get more open looks to help with his efficiency. And Brandon Ingram has shown that he is not good with ball-dominant players if we look at him and Zion Williamson. So I think better role players and a first-round pick could help a lot more than trading for Brandon Ingram if you have to trade DeJounte Murray. I also think trading Clint Capella is the right move as well. I think he's making the second highest amount of money on the team, and he's also over 30 years old. With drafting Alex Sarr, you guys will have 3 centers on the roster, and I honestly think that Onyeka Okongwu and Clint Capella should be traded. I think Okongwu really hasn't had a shot to show his actual potential on an NBA team. And who knows, if you can send him to Golden State for Moses Moody and Gary Payton, those are some really good role players for the Hawks. All in all, I still think the Atlanta Hawks is salvageable as an NBA team. You have your number 1 in Trae Young. I think he is a number 1, especially in a playoff setting. And with the emergence of Jalen Johnson and now having the number 1 pick, I think they're in a very good position. You also have young guys like AJ Griffin and Kobe Buffkin who could solidify your bench. I don't think the immediate jump is going to come next season. I think it's going to take time. But Trae Young, Alex Sarr, Jalen Johnson, Kobe Buffkin, these guys are all young. If you guys like this type of content, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. And the Wizards episode will be out tomorrow. Right now, we are currently at 233 subscribers. If we can get to 300 subscribers within the next 2 weeks, that would be greatly appreciated. And like I said, the Wizards video will be out tomorrow. If you guys like this type of content, make sure you subscribe, and I'm out. Peace.